Once you make that commitment, everything around you changes, and it changes for the better. When you change this one thing, everything around you changes. Now, I know that's a big and bold statement, but I'm telling you, I've been on this personal development journey, and there's one main thing that I believe if you change this, everything around you changes, and for the better. And I'm going to unpack that all in this episode. So in this episode, I'm going to share with you the one thing that you can change and apply it to literally every other area of your life, and magical things will happen. So if you want to be a better investor, a better person, a better husband, wife, you name it, you're going to definitely want to pay attention. So recently I've been doing these 5 a.m., getting up at 5 a.m., going to the gym. And if you haven't seen the previous episode, it was called Change Your Life. And I was saying, hey, if you want to change your life, you're going to have to tackle these three things. And the three things that I notice when I'm getting up at 5 a.m. trying to do these workouts is that number one, when you first start doing it, you're going to be encountered with some self-doubt. And that self-doubt is going to tell you, what are you doing? Why are you even trying this? You're gonna doubt that you can even do it. And then once you start to do it, some negative thoughts are gonna creep in, and you're gonna start to ask yourself, like, you can't continue doing this, and then pain is gonna creep in, right? So check out that episode. It was a really good episode about the three things that you're gonna encounter when you're trying to change your life. But I'm realizing now that there's an overarching theme that even wraps up those three and gives you the power to conquer those three. And I discovered that power today. And for the first time, I did not set an alarm clock at night. And I woke up at 4:45 a.m., no alarm clock. My body just woke up like you already know what time it is. You know what it's time to do, which is get your butt out of bed and go to this gym. And I thought, man, this is interesting because I had to push through the first about 10, 12 days of like, what am I doing? And am I really doing this 5 a.m. thing? And a couple of days I missed waking up at 5 a.m. and then I had to get back on track. And today when my body just said, you know what, we up 4:45, no alarm clock. I used to think people like that were like superhuman. Like, what do you mean your body just woke you up at, the same time with no alarm clock? But now I get it, because when you wrap it all up in the bow, it comes down to the one thing, and that one thing is commitment. You see, when I made a commitment that said, you know what, I am going to get in shape. And it wasn't really about getting in shape. It was more like, I just want to commit to being better. I want to make the investment. You see, we think investing is only about the stock market. We think investing is only about making money. And I've made the commitment that I want to invest in my health. I realize that we only get one body, we only get one mind, we only get one life, one turn around this earth. And that's one of the things we're not getting back. And so I said, let me make sure I'm starting to invest in my health, my mental health, my physical health, so that whether I have a lot of money or not, if I got a lot of money, I want to be able to enjoy it. If I don't, you don't need a lot of money to enjoy life. As long as you are healthy, then you're wealthy. That is a form of wealth. And as I made that commitment, I noticed the world around me is starting to change. And that's why I said, when you change this one thing, everything around you changes. Because when I made the commitment that I'm going to get up at 5 a.m., I made the commitment I'm going to invest in my health. I made the commitment that I want to feel good, look good in my clothes. Everything else around me changed. The way I eat started to change. The way I make protein shakes started to change. We just had my daughter's birthday party, and normally I'd be trying to smash the cake. I think I had maybe a little small piece of cake, all the cake left over. I used to say, like, I don't want this cake to go to waste. We got to eat it. But now I'm like, I don't care if we throw that cake out. I'm not eating it. I had my one slice. I'm done. And it's like, what happened? And then today, when my body woke up at 4:45, I'm telling you, you couldn't have paid me to get up that early with multiple alarms set. I'd be snoozing. I'd be just one more hour of sleep. Let me try this again tomorrow. And what I noticed was even my body is starting to submit to my commitment. My thoughts are even starting to submit to my commitment. And my body is saying, okay, I guess he committed. If this is the route we're going, it looks like he's not turning back. We already tried self-doubt, negative thoughts, pain. We might as well just get on board with what my man is trying to do, which is get up 5 a.m., be healthy, work out, swim, hot tub, sauna. That's the investment that I'm making. And so I think about this in terms of the stock market. Now, I said you can apply this to everything in your life, but I think about this in terms of the stock market as well, especially when it comes to newer traders, newer investors looking to get into this industry. And the question I want to ask you is, are you curious or are you committed? You see, my forum mates, I'm in the forum in EO Entrepreneurs Organization, and that's one of the questions that we ask ourselves, or at least that's one that they ask me. Like, look, you committed or you curious? And I notice with respect to the stock market, a lot of people are curious. They're curious about how to make money from the stock market. They're curious about how to invest. Same thing with weight loss. People are curious. How does it work? How does counting calories work? How does getting up early work? How does that? I'm curious. What's the gym membership cost? That's curious. But when you commit it, oh man, it flips it's a whole different coin flip. It's a whole different leaf that gets turned over in your life when you tap into commitment. Because when you tap into commitment, I notice a lot of the smaller things don't matter. Like when I tapped into commitment for getting up to the gym, I didn't really worry about what I was missing out on after 9 o'clock. Like none of that mattered. When I tapped into this commitment that I want to get up, get healthy, it didn't matter if I was around alcohol. I went to a party and they had like free drinks. And normally, it's like free drinks, let's go. But I was like, yeah, I'm good with water. And people are like, what? The open bar? A couple of my buddies was buying drinks at a different event. They like, what can I get you? I'm like, I'm actually good with the water. Like it was nothing personal. I wanted the water because I made the commitment that I want to reduce the sugar intake. I want to make sure I can get up and get at it at 5 a.m. in the morning. And so that commitment, it bleeds out into other areas of your life, even when there is temptation around. And when it comes to investing in the stock market, it's the same thing. When you are committed to having your money work for you, when you are committed to learning how this industry works, committed to becoming wealthy, committed to becoming a millionaire, committed to changing your family's financial future, you see everything around you changes. You don't care if it's Christmas. You like, look, we're not spending money on that this year. You don't care what family member says, you can't do that. It's Christmas. You got to buy everybody a gift. You like, no, I'm committed. Like, I don't care if it's Christmas, Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving. I don't care what man-made holiday or, what society says I should do. As long as I go pray, I'm good. I don't necessarily got to go get gifts for everybody. As long as I acknowledge Christ, if you believe in him, none of that. When you commit it, that's all that matters. And when you commit it to the journey, you start to say, what do I have to do to get out of debt? What do I have to do to free up an extra $1,000 a month to start putting it towards my real goal? This commitment that I am going to invest, this commitment that this could be the last year we broke, this commitment that this could be the last year that I drive this broke down car. If you got a decent car, you like, I'm committed. This could be the last year I'm not driving my dream car. If you live in a decent house, but it ain't your dream house, when you commit it, you like, yeah, in the next 5 years, I'm getting the dream house, not a house. I want the dream house. And when you commit it, there is no outside force that won't bend and submit and open its door to you once you've made that commitment. Now, if you haven't made that commitment, you'll start to notice that certain things don't even fall in place. You seem like nothing's working out for you. But the universe is a strange, interesting, I should say, place, because when you put it out in the universe that this is the direction I'm going, this is the commitment that I'm making, this is what life will hand me. When you make that commitment, that statement, you make it boldly and you put it out there in the world has a way of opening up to you. All of a sudden, you come across the right YouTube video. All of a sudden, you come across the right podcast. All of a sudden, you come across a course that you should consider taking. All of a sudden, you are revealed to a new potential mentor or coach that can help you. All of a sudden, your friends and your family say, like, is something different about you? And I don't know what it is, but he or she, they going somewhere. They going somewhere. Let me not ask him to come clubbing this weekend and spend some money doing something silly. Let me not ask her to go shopping. They focus. I can tell they going somewhere different, and they are steadfast in that decision. They committed. And when you wear commitment, it just look different. It looked different. It started off a little bit with people probably snickering. Maybe some people support you. Maybe they don't. Maybe some people doubt you quietly. But every day, when you get up at 5 a.m., every month, when you put $1,000 in that investment account, every day you log on, you watch a module, you learn something, you ask a question, you get better, you get better. And every day, that armor of commitment, it just exudes from you. And not just your friends and family, but the universe says, let me just get this person what they need to stay on track. Let me get this person what they need to stay committed. So if you're thinking about investing in the stock market, you want to ask yourself, am I curious or am I committed? And if you say you are committed, because sometimes people, say, yeah, I'm committed, right? They say whatever they want to say in the moment of hypeness, energy, maybe some good music playing, like, yeah, I'm committed. But take it a step further. And a good way to know if you committed, I want to give you some tools to mind map this thing and to brainstorm this and really get deep into the question if you're really committed. So one of the things I want you to ask yourself, if I am committed, one of the questions I want you to ask yourself is, what am I willing to sacrifice? There is no success without sacrifice. If you were already successful in life and weight loss and marriage, being a parent, whatever endeavor that you want to be in, if you were already successful, then you could just continue doing what you're doing. And if you're happy with the results you're getting, then great. But when it comes to like investing in the stock market and particularly weight loss, two journeys that one I stay on investing and trying to make money. And now I'm embarking on this just health investment. But ask yourself, what are you willing to sacrifice? Because I can tell you, getting up at 5 a.m. has been a sacrifice. Can't watch TV shows late night on the couch. Sometimes can't go out late night. Sometimes, again, can't drink alcohol, or at least I'm turning it down. I'm not really interested in eating the stuff I used to be interested in eating. It's definitely a sacrifice. It's definitely a sacrifice. I also find myself, I get tired by like 11 o'clock. I'm ready to take a nap, but it's like I've been up since 5. I done almost done a whole day. And so it's a sacrifice. So what are you willing to sacrifice? You want to be rich? You want to get out of debt? You want to get in the stock market? You want to invest? You want to get a dream car, dream home? You want to donate to that church, that charity? What are you willing to sacrifice? Is it going out to eat? What are you willing to sacrifice to get that extra money? And not just about money. Let me put this out here too. What are you willing to sacrifice to get that knowledge? Because I can tell you that one thing I didn't bring up is for 2 years, I actually worked out with a personal trainer. I worked out with a personal trainer and she got me right. And at least she got my mind right and she got me in that routine commitment. I had to commit to somebody because I was afraid to commit to myself. And some of you can relate to that. Like I said with my mouth, I want to get in shape. I said with my mouth, I want to work out, but I needed that commitment to somebody else. I needed to know that I'm gonna let her down because I let myself down, but I knew I couldn't let her down because I said I'm gonna be there at a certain time. And so for 2 years, we were working this muscle. And then I took probably about a year off from working out with her. And now that I'm back trying to not trying, let me remove that from my vocabulary. But now that I'm back doing it on my own, I've said, I got to do this for me. I can't do this just because I don't want to let somebody else down. I don't want to let Jason Brown down. I don't want to let my kids down. I am committed to this new fitness, mental health, physical health journey. And this time I'm like, I'm doing this for me. I don't need no outside help. But them 2 years of us working out together and her coaching me, you best believe I'm in the gym doing those exact same workouts right now. But I'm able to do it on my own with a new commitment. And so having that right information, that right knowledge, that right coach, that helped me. That helped me get to this level. And I've been thinking about hiring like a dietitian or somebody to really just kind of educate me about the food that I'm putting in my body. I mean, that might be the next level of coaching that I need right now. But what are you willing to sacrifice to get that information? What are you willing to sacrifice to get those resources to support this new commitment, this new journey that you say you on, and that to get the things that you say you want with your mouth? Second question I want you to ask yourself is, you committed for how long? For how long? A lot of people come into stock market or investing and they committed for about 30 days. As long as they can make $100, $1,000, $2,000 in 30 days, they committed. Some people even commit for 6 months. And as long as everything going their way, I'm good. I'm committed. But the real commitment, when you think about health and you think about wealth, these are lifetime commitments. And I know people don't like to hear that because they're like, what you mean? It is a lifetime commitment to be an investor. I look at everything I looked at my health as an investment. I'm investing by paying my gym membership every single month. That is an investment. I invested by having a personal trainer for 2 years. That is an investment. I invest in the best computers, the best camera equipment, the best microphones to give you quality content. That is an investment. I am an investor in multiple areas of my life. And so when you are committed to being an investor, it don't just stop with the stock market, and it don't just stop in 30 days or in 6 months. And it definitely don't stop only if you made some money, or don't keep going only if you made some money. Are you committed when things are bad? Are you committed when things aren't as great? Are you committed when things are dark? Are you committed when you lose money and you got to put more money up to figure out what you did wrong? That's the commitment I'm talking about. How long are you committed for? And I'm telling you, once you get in your mindset, especially health and wealth, those are two that you need to burn in your brain. Like, this is a lifetime commitment. I am committed for life to my money working for me. I am committed for life to investing in people. I invest in friends. I invest in mentorship. I invest in relationships. I am a lifelong investor. So it goes beyond money. And so I just want you to peel back other areas of your life and ask yourself this third question, which is, am I committed to investing in all areas of my life? Or where am I lacking the commitment and the investment in other areas of my life? Because I can tell you, it's hard to just commit over here, but not commit over here. Ask an athlete. It's hard for an athlete to commit to playing basketball, but then on the off season, eating whatever they want, not working out. It's like you committed in sports. You typically committed on how you eat, how you sleep, how you work out. You can't be distracted by women, or if you're a female athlete, can't be distracted by men. Most of them probably do better if they're married because they're committed. Their whole life is a commitment, not just the sport, not just the game. And it's the same thing with your health and with your wealth. Your whole entire ecosystem needs to be one big commitment that supports the big picture of you getting the money, you getting healthy, and then you having great relationships around you to enjoy it. So let me know in the comments, what are you willing to commit to? What does commitment look like for you? What do you have to sacrifice? Here's what I can tell you. Once you make that commitment, everything around you changes, and it changes for the better. I'll see you in the next episode.